Welcome back to Bandit Headquarters, where we showcase the latest add-ons so you know exactly what you're spending your money on. And today we're going to be showcasing World Builder. Yes, World Edit has finally come to consoles, so all console players rejoice. This is a wonderful day. But enough talking, let's jump right into the showcase. Alright, once you've loaded into the world with the World Builders add-on enabled, the first thing you're going to get is this guidebook, and trust me, read the guide. Otherwise, you're going to be completely lost if you've never used World Edit before. So, with that being said, let's jump into the first area. I have in this barrel a toolbox, navigation wand, and the World Builder settings. So, the World Builder settings will allow you to customize certain aspects of the tools and the way this add-on behaves to your own personal preferences. So, that's really cool. But we're going to leave that alone and grab these two for now. The first is the toolbox. Put it in your hand and right click it, and then all of the main tools that you would use with this add-on are laid across your toolbar. Now these aren't all of the tools, but these are the main ones. You can right click it again and they all get put back in the box. This is so awesome. I really wish there was a way to do this in vanilla. Have like a combat layout, a building layout. Modders, if you're listening, please do this. And now the next item is the navigation wand, and this thing is super cool. It's meant just as a utility to help you get around big areas while you're building. You can teleport all fun-like, but I bet you could use this in some really creative ways, in like a PvP arena and all kinds of multiplayer mini games. I think this is super cool. But let's go ahead and put these back and move on to our next area. Now, this build is inspired by Curlis Builds. I'll have his video linked down in the description. But what I'm going to be showing you now is the main bread and butter of this add-on. Selection wand, copy, paste, cut, undo. You're going to use this one a lot. And redo. So let's go ahead and grab these out here. And let's say I have this beautiful building right here, and it's a little entrance, it's a doorway, but you know what? I want it to be a hallway. Okay, so I like to use the green concrete as a kind of like a guide for this. So I'm gonna go over here. I already have one over here. And with your selection wand, you can right and left click. So let me left click right here, first position set, and then right click right there. And you can see it shows you all of the zone now that is highlighted. Actually, you know, looking at this, I want this a little more in. So I'm going to put that right there, and I'm going to, once again, right click there, change my selection. So I'm going to copy. Now, with the paste, as you can see, it's linked to the position you were in when you copied it. So I think maybe right here is a good spot. Let's see. I click paste. Look at how that pastes. Look at that. Now, obviously you have to go and clean up a little bit on the inside, but now I've created a hallway, and you can just copy and paste this as far as you want. But say I made a mistake and I didn't like how it turned out. Undo. Fixes all of it, minus some of the grass. The grass is gone, but we can re-deal with that. Now, you have to be careful. It's easy to mess stuff up with this and get in way over your head. So move slowly with this, get comfortable with larger structures, and eventually you'll get there. You can do the redo. Look at that. How awesome is that? This is how you can make really large, complex builds. As far as the deselection goes, I usually just double click in a place like that with right then left, and then you can see clearly what you've built. How awesome is this? And in this final area, we have the most advanced features. So opening up the barrel, we have mask picker and block picker. Add those to inventory. These four right here allow you to create different shapes. We're going to go with the pyramid this time. Now, these five right here allow you to alter what happens inside of your mask. So I'm just going to go with selection fill for now. And I'm going to make a selection. Going to left click, then right click. We got the selection. Now, I'm going to take the block picker. I want this with water. So I'm going to fill it with water. Go over to my selection fill and click. Fills it with water. I love this. This is great for building large lakes. Maybe you want an underwater lake in your cave. Doing that manually is a nightmare. Super easy with this, but I'm gonna undo it. Gonna go back to our block or our mask picker, going to shift click, set blocks to mask. Now, I'm going to click right here. Now, go back to our selection fill, and you can see only that type of block that I clicked is now water. This is where things get absolutely wild when you're building on gigantic scales. On a scale this small, it's easy to place the blocks by hand, but when you're building cities or mega builds, it gets way more complicated. Now, I'm going to undo that, shift click again, you can clear your mask, and it goes right back to acting the way it was before. Super, super useful. Now, let's go ahead and let's get this selection out of the way. There's probably a better way to do that, but I don't know it right off the top of my head. So I'm going to draw a pyramid. I'm going to fly up for this one. So I'm going to click. Now, it is based off where you are looking. So let's draw this. I have a pyramid of water. Trying that again. Let's start clicking and fly up and create a pyramid. There we go. Now we have a pyramid of stone bricks. Now, this tool is extremely useful for building large mountains or terraforming in general. I chose a pyramid right here, but you can do a bunch of different shapes, and it is so powerful for those large-scale projects. And you can shift-click and choose what tool you actually have in your hand, so you can swap out this tool without having a bunch of different tools in your inventory bar. That's a nice little bonus. Do you notice anything off in this? Maybe a lowercase e with all other capital letters? I wonder whose fault that is.